And also, this time my trip was for 27 days. And then, so almost 1 month. And then the main reason why I went there is because I got the scholarship from the jungle, which I never expected, no, because, a scholarship from the jungle. And then that was really the key because I have been to Peru already 4 or 5 times before, but it was 10 years ago, the last trip I went. And then there was COVID also, and there are some kind of things I couldn't really go. And then finally, this scholarship really kind of gave me this, okay, push. Then I just went. So I spent 14 days really, really in the jungle. And then that's I thought maybe you really want to maybe are interested in, and maybe you may want to go also. So that's why I thought maybe it's nice to share. And then also after, I have many friends in Latin America, but this time I chose to go to Bolivia. So I have a friend who lives next to Lake Titicaca there. So in Tiwanaku. So I went like 5 days extra in Bolivia to see many different things as well. So today is kind of like a online virtual tour to see where you can go in a way. So I'm just gonna share my screen to just show you what it is, and then maybe if you have any questions, you can just stop me. So anyways, this is the Bobinsana. And then maybe you know that you all go to the jungle for the ayahuasca journey, but the ayahuasca, the plant ayahuasca is really to connect with the God. But the ayahuasca itself doesn't have so much like visual effects and all that. So it is all up to which plant you combine together to have this journey. And then ayahuasca has chacruna. This is another plant. And then this chacruna has the DMT. So that's why they say all the visions. Right now, many people who are, I was together, this was a women trip. This was a women's retreat. So there were like 8 participants. And the shaman was also a lady shaman. So that was what I really liked. And then all the facilitators were all ladies, no? So we were like really like spending 2 weeks together, all these beautiful women. And we had to kind of have one master plant. A master plant is not ayahuasca. This is like for your quest, what do you want to achieve for this journey? And then the shaman, she's Doña Olinda. We had an interview like 15 minutes, and then she chose us which plant is suitable for us. But mainly there were 2 different kinds. And then one was this Bobinsana. Bobinsana is to open up our heart. So the theme is like a love, no? Like a love with your mom, with your father, all these love things, trauma about the love, and then opening up your heart, and then all that is with this flower. And then this Bobinsana is called the mermaid of the jungle. So they said that all the flower has a spirit. And then, so when they can see the visions, the Bobinsana spirit is really like a mermaid, and then a very beautiful lady, no? And then there's another flower. This purple flower, if you can see it bigger, this, let me see if I can make it big. This purple one, this one, purple and white one is called the Chiricsanango. And then this flower is more for like a body physical things. So if you have some physical, like arthritis or some physical issues like a pain and all that, this flower make you a little bit like a chilly, like a cold, and then also have an effect to really work on your body. So there were outweight, there were 2 ladies was journeying with the Chiricsanango, and then we were, other people were like journeying with this Bobinsana. So it's very different which plant you are taking, and then the effect is different. Also, the journey, no, you are having is quite different. So the dieta, these Shipibo people, they have this way of living with the plant, and then she is the one who can sing the Icaro, the song. And then when we have the ceremony, actually, this is a maroka. So we were like nighttime, there was a ceremony. So this is all dark inside. And then the shaman lady, this is the full moon there in that place. So we just had the ceremony on the full moon time to like another week. So the lady, Doña Olinda, she comes like in front of us and then sing each one, the Icaros. It really sounds like maybe like 20 minutes she's singing almost, because her singing, her voice is so penetrant. And then I had like so much experience of, for example, the first time, the ayahuasca itself has such a terrible taste that I just really don't like. So I said, oh no, I don't want to take this anymore. I don't want to take this anymore. No. So this was the ceremony that you take the ayahuasca, but out of ayahuasca, like I said, there is a master plant. So we are having this master plant tea, especially for 3 days concentrated. And then when we have this tea, for example, the tea is out of the leaves and then also some like of the branches, and then they cook. So they make a kind of thick tea. And then we have like this much of big cup of the tea we are given. And in the morning, 7 o'clock, we take it. And then no breakfast, maybe one lunch if you want, but otherwise no lunch. So it's kind of like not eating too much. And then before we go to this journey, already we had like no salt, no sugar, no caffeine, no spicy food, no red meat, all these things, no? Of course, abstention of the sex, of course, this is first. And then all these like restrictions, no? In a way, kind of food restrictions. But that makes your body quite sensitive and then also quite soft, opening up. And then they said that no stimulations. So that way you become like a plant, no? A little bit like relaxed. And then also the life here is you get one of these. This is a tambo. So this is your house. So each individual have a one house, no? There on the land. So this was like the 5-star hotels, although we are talking about the jungle, but it's really like nice, no? And then it's such a safe area, because at first I thought, wow, maybe jungle, no, it might be like dangerous. And then you never know, can I bring the money? You know, is it okay, safe? But actually, this is like owned by a family, this land. So yeah, it's quite safe. And then here in the tambo, you have your bed, and then with a mosquito net, so it's quite covered. And then you have a tiny desk, and then a chair, and then like a shelf where you can put your stuff. And then you have your own private bathroom. So the toilet can flush, water comes out, and then also the shower. Of course, no hot water, but anyways, this is like, you know, like it's a hot, nice weather. So 5:30 in the morning, you can still take the water shower, and that's fine, no? So that's what you have. And then here in the patio, you have your own hammock. So this is all you have. And the day, like a time schedule is like you have a breakfast 8 o'clock in the morning. And then sometimes you have a workshop from 10 to 12, but otherwise you have your rest. And then lunch 12. And then if you have workshop from 1 or from 3, but otherwise rest. And then dinner is 6 p.m. And then, so you are already finished to eat like 6:30 before 7. And then now each tambo has a light, but they don't want you to use the light nighttime because this is all run by the solar panel. So you have your linterna flashlight. So you can maybe be inside with your flashlight, but of course you don't read anything so much. So you go to bed, maybe like 8:39, you're already in the bed. And then 4 a.m. still it's dark, so you have to go to with a flashlight to go to the restroom. But otherwise, like 5 a.m. start to be kind of like a clear the sky, so you can start to see, no? So you wake up maybe like 5 or 5:30, then take shower, and already 6:30 you are already in the hammock here in the patio. So that's the reason. And then of course no Wi-Fi. There were no Wi-Fi for 14 days, almost. So that environment really makes you so relaxed, and then you become ready to communicate with the plant. And then the tea that you drink, in my case is a bobinsana tea. So when you drink this tea, also they use the mapacho, the tobacco. So they use the tobacco, really the real tobacco for your pipe, and then make the smoke, and then breathe everything. So when you want to become with your master friend as a friend, you can blow the smoke of the cigarette, the tobacco, to this plant, saying like a blessing to the flower, and then it's like offerings. And then the tea you drink, also the shaman, she put the tobacco who smoke in to kind of like a wake up and then bless. Then you receive and then you drink it. So everything is like a dialogue of the spirit. And then the shaman lady, they do this kind of diet for 3 months, 6 months. So she said, for example, she herself, her parents were not shaman. And then, but she's Shipibo. She's a real, like, village person, but not everyone is a shaman, even if they are Shipibos. So in her case, that her parents were not shaman. Her mom knew a little bit about the plant medicine, but not really. And then when she was 25 years old, she had such a headache. And then she went to a clinic, but the headache was not gone. And then somebody told her about the dieta. So she went to see this plant dieta. Dieta is just take this plant and then like abstention of all the sex, and then also no food, so much food, so no salt and then no sugar and all that. And then she did this kind of a strict diet for 3 months, and then her headache was gone. So she really like said, okay, I'm gonna do this. And then she did like 3 months, 6 months, all this dieta. So right now she's been doing this like for over 25 years. And then what happened is that her husband died about 20 some years ago. So she had 4 children, and then she had to raise, no? So she just started to give the healing, the ayahuasca ceremony, her singing, and then she started to heal other people. And then when she does this ayahuasca journey, and then the end of the ceremony, she sees the visions. So, for example, these are their works of the embroideries, and then all these images, vision that she gets, OLINDA gets after the ceremony, and then she share what she saw to her family, like daughters or the niece, that this is what I saw. So her daughter, this is her daughter, Defilia. She here, the mother, I saw Jagger, I saw Bobinsana, I saw, there was a snake and this, and she tells that. And then her daughter drew that, like a design. And then they do these embroideries. So more than 20 years, they have been making their living like this. So this is the mother, the shaman mother is like receiving all the spirit, the help, and then she's healing the others. She gets the vision, and she shares the vision to her family, and then everybody do these embroideries. So then how they sell the embroideries. And then also I asked OLINDA, what is your meditation, or how do you conserve yourself like a spiritual, during the like if you are not doing a ceremony? So she said, yeah, she does the dieta, and then also this ritual of this embroidery, for example, like making these is like her meditation. And then this is how she can really get together with the vision. So she's in that spiritual, like a plant world, And so, here I don't have many photos, but I have a lot anyways. So there was a market, and then this is all from all her family members, what they made. And then we just got so many beautiful things. And so the journey is the commitment that you really want to spend together with the spirit of the plant for 14 days. So sometimes we were recommended to really skip the meal. And then when I skipped the meal, I felt, yes, much more the energy of this plant. For example, here's the flower. And if I just go to get closer, and then there already I'm really feeling this flower energy. Or myself, I did like 60 drawings. I did all the drawing during the journey. So yeah, I can from here I can maybe share better. So the ceremony is like this, that the shaman is really coming in front of each of us, and it's all in the dark, no? And then so you cannot really see her face because it's all in the dark. And then she come one by one, one by one. And then when she's in your turn, she just stay here. She's like not moving so much. And then she start to sing. And then this voice is so penetrating. And I started to do the bobinsana. First, I was drawing quite like a, like a dessin, no? How the flower is. But after Olinda, start to like, she's doing, this is like a pipe. So she's blowing to breath all the tea. Each cup, she puts the smoke to really breath the teas. And then you start to drink, and then you start to have more communication, no? So I felt like this, that my around, I started to feel the energy of the bobinsana all the time. Like, I was covered, wrapped by her energy. And then the flower itself started to become like this. So the originally, she's just like that, like I showed the flower, the photo. But then you started to feel that this is not only the pink flower, that the flower has orange and all this, like a very warm energy. And then you start to feel that all around you all the time. And also she's coming into your dream as well. So she's singing to you or she's dancing to you. And then this ceremony was, and then Bobinsana started to give me more like a free mind. So I started to feel, for example, the tree, Bobinsana tree is, let me see, I have lots of drawings here. I don't know if I can find it. Yeah, so the first day I was feeling the Bobinsana has also like a heart form, and then she's like a kind of pink, beautiful flower. But later on, it all changed. And then there's also another plant that first, before the master plant, you have to drink Vomitivo. This is like a to slow up, but it's to clear, no, your energy. And so the Shipibo people, for them, to vomit is not a bad thing. It's not like a sickness. It's a health kind of method. So they do that at least twice a year, they themselves, to pick up one flower, and then they make a tea and then drink it. And then after they drink a gallon of water. So they really have to vomit, no? But this is really to revive all your inner organ. So when you vomit, they are just like, yeah, it's like with a joy, they just vomit. And then they really clear. At first, I couldn't vomit. So because of course I relate that with like a sickness. So it's like, I don't want to vomit, I don't want to get sick, right? But they said, no, we just vomit and put your finger and vomit. And then the end, yay, then you start to like really take out. So this was another plant called Pinon Colorado. And then when I had this tea, I saw later on I was in the garden, I was seeing the branch of the trees. It really looked like the snake. And then the message I got was, you came here to the jungle to really understand what the snake medicine is. Because I was, of course, with you, I was learning the south, from the south direction, the snake, but it was all like my imagination. So when I was really there, yes, all the plants and then everything is really like so earthy. And then the snake came out also, to speak to me and said, you came to really get to know me. And then after, my drawing also changed. And then this plant also told me that I do have a really wonderful parents. No, I am so blessed. Why you are, saying something wrong about it? So I this K and I. This is the initial of my father and my mother, and this was the seed. And then from there, I'm like really like a blessed, and then I'm here. No? So all these like a plant message also gave me more colors, and then I started to use the color red because the first ceremony when she sang in front of me, it was more her singing Ikaro, which really resonated me so much, and then opened my heart so much. And then I just recognized that I am so blessed and I have such a beautiful parents, no? So then made these drawings. And then the second journey, we had like 5 journeys with ayahuasca. And then it's all like a planned. No? And the second journey I had when she came to sing again, that every time the place where the singing is resonating in your body is different. So this time I felt so much pain here, the chest, upper chest, the voice, her voice really.
Hold on.
Hey, so yeah, I got so much pain. But it reminded me that I was forgetting to feel for such a long time because of many things happened, and then I kind of stopped feeling, right? But then the thought was, oh, it was not about what I was feeling pain, but otherwise, if I don't feel pain, I don't know what I'm causing pain to the others. Then I started to think about my son, for example, how much damage I gave to my son because I'm not feeling my pain. So all these things came. And then I was, the second ceremony, I was like, wow, no, what can I do? I cannot recuperate my time, years with my son, because then I already gave him so much like a traumas or so much pain, no? And then I spoke that with Olinda, and then she said, well, okay, so the next journey, you have to journey with your parents. So I said, oh, I don't like this taste of the ayahuasca. I don't need this anymore. I was saying this, but then every time there's some assignment, so I had to go on. So the third ceremony, I had to also take again and all this. So each ceremony was like giving me such a kind of like, like a step by step. And then when I was on that hammock as a hammock, I had a vision and the Jaga came. So the Jaga said, for the happiness of your son, you have to be courageous and then you have to go on the next journey again. I'm like, okay, I don't like this taste, but okay. Because I was with this another 7 ladies, and then some ladies, they had the ayahuasca experience before, no? So they were really wanting to have the stronger medicine. And they said, I don't feel anything. This is too smooth. I want to have more doses. I want to have more stronger medicine. So each time other ladies were requesting more stronger and stronger. And I'm like, no, I don't like this taste. I don't want too much, right? So there was this struggle kind of. And then the third time, they changed the bottle of the medicine because everybody requested. So the medicine became much thicker and then much yucky. And then you drink, but it's so like a pasty that it was still, remaining in the glass. And it's like, oh, yes. And then this medicine, after for a while, you start to feel kind of like sick, and then you may see some visions, and then you kind of basically you swallow up, no? And then when you just get it up, and then after you are very fresh and nice, and then you are okay, no? But before you have to really go over this taste. And then, so anyways, this ayahuasca thing is going on at night, but also daytime, like I said, that you have a master plant. So you are drinking the bobisana, different flower medicine as well. So you are developing the relationship with your plant. And then ayahuasca is really to like make yourself deep inside and connect with a God and receiving the message. And the shaman comes and sing in front of you and start to feel all this inside of you. And then the third ceremony was amazing because her singing, when she was singing, something really deep in the bottom started to move. And then, whoa, all of a sudden, boom, 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 it just went out. Of course, basically I swore up, but because we have a bucket in front of us, you can always like swore up. No? But that was something really like out of my expectation. So that's why they say ayahuasca is the most like a deep medicine to really shake you and then really get you out out of conscious, no, like a really like a deep things. And then I really experienced that. So this calling this morning, I wanted to share also with you because I had that experience. So I thought, it might be something like I'm just saying that direct with my experience. And then all that start to open yourself more. Then what I swore up, I felt it was not only my personal journey, which I can like analyze like psychologically, but it was more like ancestral things, or maybe like more like all the people, no, like and then so the drawing also started to be more like a creative, like some story, some like this is like some fairy came in, or there was a very beautiful blue butterfly in the jungle. So those butterflies, and there was a black puma jagger started to come out, and the story become very different. And then later, so this was the one that very from the bottom, something started to move, and then this is almost like a color of ayahuasca. It's a reddish, like a very deep thing, and then it just started to come out, and boom. So it just pulled out, and then Bobin-san became more like a like a friendly, and then there were some different visions. So it becomes more like like a fantasy, and then different and dreaming, and so this is maybe like a 7 week. And then Bobin-san started to, each flower started to like show me different faces, like singing and that. And then I also saw there was in one ceremony, I saw the green portal was there. So I thought, okay, so next ceremony, something will open. Then there's another world is waiting. And then, so yeah, it's really like how you feel that she's singing and then all her singing, it's so like a multidimensional, and it just penetrates and it's really coming to you, And then when I was in the fourth ceremony, while she was singing, there's also another beautiful flower in the jungle, and it's called the Noyarao. And then it's their sacred tree. And then so this place is called Aya Healing Retreat. And then there's a guy shaman called Don Miguel. And then he had a vision. And then he said, I will buy this land. The spirit said that buy this land, because on this land there's a sacred tree, Noyarao, which in this region, there are only 5 big Noyarao recognized. So he has one of these big sacred tree on his land. And then when you go to the jungle, it's really like everywhere, it's just like a bush, green bush. So you just don't know where to go and then where to head. So maybe the last owner didn't know that there is a sacred tree on this land. But because Don Miguel had the dream, so he bought this land. And then he started to search, and then there was this big tree. So the tree is also like was helping me to really show this like visions, and then because this tree is they have a mythology that the boy in the village was in a dream, and then he really ascended to the heaven. So it really connects that. And then so this ceremony I was really like connected, and then her singing started to penetrate all my cells, and then I started to feel all the vibes, like light everywhere. And then I had a vision of the sacred tree here, and then I was pulled up, so really like straightening up, and then connected, almost like that. So each time the journey is very different, and then everybody is experiencing something different. So yeah, I think I'm speaking a lot, but and in the end, the 5th day was very interesting, because I thought, okay, well, I had this kind of started to get to used to that. Even if I don't like the taste, I can just vomit. So then next day I will find. I was thinking like this, but the last ceremony, the singing is also different. The 5th ceremony is they called Arcana. So the 5th one is more like a blessings. So her singing is different. And then she's blessing you that now you are finishing your dieta, you are going back to your world, but you are bringing all these like a jungle spirit with you. So she's calling all the spirit with her singing and then blessing you to receive all the spirit. And then you are next day you take the lemon and then salt, which means telling the plant that this dieta is finishing. So the plant know, okay, now you are individual and I'm individual, no? So there's the separation, no? But right before we have this fifth ceremony, and then that night, the ayahuasca was not going out from my body. And then I thought, well, normally, like the ceremony starts 7 p.m. and the last like maybe like a midnight, 12 or 1. So, it's like a 5-6 hours, right? And then you have the medicine and then you rest a little bit and you start to say things. And then she comes to sing. And then meanwhile, you are supposed to like a kind of vomit. So you are clear out. And then maybe 12 midnight, 1 a.m., you're already kind of like coming down and you can go back to your tambo if you want. Or maybe you can stay there to sleep. But the last ceremony, she was not coming out. And I was almost like, oh no, I want her to come out, because I don't want to stay with her. But she didn't come out. And then I called the facilitator and then she said, well, sometimes the medicine decides that she will just stay with you overnight to speak with you. Like, no. And then I went back to my place. I was the last one because everybody else was already like parting from the Maloka. But I was the last one. I was like a drunk with ayahuasca. Then I couldn't kind of like walk because I was still feeling this, inside. And then I went back. And then that night, ayahuasca spoke to me and then saying, how come you are not honoring me? I am the mother, no? And then you are not honoring me. And you are honoring the Bobinsana, you're honoring different plants like Noya Lao, the trees. And then you are saying the Icaros and everything. But how come you are not honoring me? So she started to tell me that you are not really blessing the person who you love you to who the people who love you, and then you are not really like blessing, and then you have to get to know me. So the next morning at 6 a.m. I had to go to the garden and I had to draw the ayahuasca. And then when I was drawing the ayahuasca, she showed me that she is not just like a normal serpent, but she's a sapphire serpent because her branch is really like a twisted. Ayahuasca. This is a Noraya. This is the sacred tree I was talking about. So this tree is huge, no? And then the jungle is like this. Everywhere is like this. So the vision that Don Miguel had really guided him to go where, and then he just discovered, and then he found this sacred tree. And then next to the sacred tree, there was also another sacred tree as well. They are just lying in each other. So he bought this land thanks to his vision. So I'm just for show you the photo. This is the ayahuasca plant, this one. So this, like they said, it's really like, this is like really, for another tree, this is like a guava tree. So for another tree, they are really like coming up, wrapping up. So sometimes if they become very stronger, they can kill the original plant here. So recently they say that they harvest the ayahuasca before they really like get too big to kill the plant. So this tree is lots of like, all these forms. And then so it's got so much like emotions, but then she is very strong and survive. And for Shipibo people, they said it's really the mother of everything. And then the ayahuasca is like a goddess. And then she's teaching them how to heal people. So they are like asking ayahuasca always what to do. And then the ayahuasca spirit teach them. So this is really the mother. And then she said, so I am a suffered serpent, but I know how to overcome after. And then that's why I got this kind of like a drawing that the ayahuasca is like, then I started to use the color gold for the plant, and it was a perfect match. And then I did many drawings for the other plants, but gold color, the color gold, was only for ayahuasca. And then this was really like a gold serpent coming from the galaxy. So I think this is going to be my next book that I'm preparing for the next book, the fiction book. And then this is the cover, no? Because it really came at the end. And then they said that the ayahuasca stayed with my body because I was asking, how can I be more like a confident in myself? And then how can I, for example, like charge my service, or like if I don't make myself small, but I can be more confident, no? And then she said, so she stayed with me to say that she's a guardian, and then she's like giving me the power, force. And then also, my name is Ayako, and then ayahuasca is ayahuasca, no? So the Huasca, the guardian of the underground, and then Ayako in Japanese is individual. So I'm a child of ayahuasca in a way. So she said, just be confident in yourself because you are me, you are a child of myself, ayahuasca, no? You're a child of ayahuasca. So don't make yourself small, but be confident. And then, so she really kind of gave me last, really like a courageous messages. Yeah. So that was like kind of like a journey. And then later, the Bobinsana, the last ceremony said, I am a big Bobinsana. She's saying, like, she encouraged me. And I said, I'm a big Bobinsana. So you are individual, that you just be yourself, and that's fine. You are big Bobinsana. She was also cheering me up. So like that the plants start to speak to me, and then, got many messages. And then, yeah. And then also this place, like I said, was very safe. And then we had a very nice service. Girls, they cook for us. So the no salt and then all this diet, but they had very like a colorful banquet of the buffet. And then also if I bring the laundry, so they wash during the day, and then they can dry, and they give me us back. So everything is just so perfectly supported. So, if you want to go to the jungle, and if you are curious, but also you want to go by yourself, and you want to have the security and all that, I can kind of recommend. And then also, I became very, very friend with this lady shaman. So she's also inviting me to go to her place. In this time, she came to this place, the retreat. So she's the aunt of the owner of this retreat center. But she herself also has a different retreat, really along the Amazon River. So next year, I'm planning to go to her house. So, if anyone want to go, this is also like we can all go together. So this is like, also like an invitation because I have a contact with her. And then, so that's one. So far, I kind of spoke all about the jungle journey, but do you have any like comments or questions? Or are you okay? Are you coming? Understanding my English?
No, I'm just high off that ayahuasca picture. That's all. Is that ever powerful? That
Yeah.
is extremely powerful. The ayahuasca, you go right up with it. And the one that's on that beautiful embroidered thing on the ground for the physical down. It's very grounding. But the ayahuasca, yeah, thank you for bringing ayahuasca this close anyway. But no, the pictures and everything. Well, I follow you on Facebook. So I
Yeah.
follow, yeah. So I've been following, I've seen the pictures and I've been following your journey. And that's just incredible. Like, I'm just so happy for anyone who experiences this, but knowing you and, we've all been through this together. I think it's just, wonderful. And you're sharing it with the group. So thank you very much for taking the time and creating your own Zoom link and everything else. So anytime, just go ahead and do it. If you want to do something, that's what the group's for. Ayako. Don't wait for me to ask you. So thank you.
Yeah. I always had so much respect about ayahuasca. And also, there are some rumors as well, right? It's like,
Yeah.
there are like opposite things, like ayahuasca can be dangerous and all these things, right? So that's why I always stayed away. But this time, because I got the scholarship, I just had to, I was invited, no? And then because I'm there, of course, then okay, I would just surrender. Okay, vomitivo, okay, ayahuasca, okay. No, I was not really the one to say, okay, I want to have the vision, I want to go to ayahuasca journey, go. I was not like that, no. It was more like they invited me. And then, okay, I have to do it. And then each time I was so reluctant to do this ayahuasca ceremony because of the taste. And I go, no,
Mhm.
I don't.
Well, it sounds like it's a journey within a journey. So the first part of the journey is you decide to do it. And you're not just, well, I decided, I shouldn't say you. I want to do it. I've been wanting to do it for a year now, but it has to be with the right person and
Yes.
under the right circumstances. And I've had actually 2 opportunities and the universe went no. So when it's time, it's time. So it's nice to talk to somebody that, I know that's gone through this and how the experience was for them and what conditions they were under. And like you were out there. I doubt very much at this moment that that's going to happen, for me anytime soon to journey there. I never know what the future holds, but anything's possible. So yeah,
And then
no,
I
that's
think,
wonderful.
yeah, with whom it's so important. And then what I liked is that they are so pure. And then this
Yeah.
Doña Olinda, like I said, that her life journey is also very pure, no? That spirit is really guiding her to survive, I mean, keep this family. And then she's receiving the vision and her family is all doing the embroidery and how they have been doing. And then her daughter, for example, so she's the only shaman in that family, but her daughter married to a shaman guy, and then this shaman is only like 30 some years old, right? So this boy is also started to have the medicine ayahuasca from that dieta from his 5 or 6 years old. So all
Mhm.
these pure people are doing this in this family. And then, for example, when they make the medicine, just like a spray medicine for like a good business, attractive business and all that,
Yeah.
they do the fasting for 2 days. They
Mhm.
themselves they fast, then pray, and then they
Yeah.
make the medicine. So
Yeah.
still they are doing all this very sacred and pure. So that's why I really resonated with them a lot, because we can go to Cusco and we can go to many places and everybody's offering ayahuasca, no? And then all the Western people were together with me on this journey. And then, some people, they had the experience ayahuasca in maybe Australia or different countries. But they all said it's so different, the taste of the ayahuasca here. And then their explanation was because the Western people, when they introduced ayahuasca to the Western world, it was really like a drug, it's like really they want to see the visions. So maybe the
Yeah.
component is different, the purpose is different. But there, the Shipibo people, how they prepare is really to heal the others. So, like I said, it's not so much psychic vision, but it's more like really sucking out. That is their own purpose.
Well, that's the thing. It's in
Mm,
you're going, and this is how I learned it from the shaman that I've been in contact with. It's they do it to its purest form, and that's how you experience it with the fasting and the praying over it. The intention is set
mm,
in a very holy way, but also embarking in it in your journey. If you're carrying a lot of fear towards it and you are trying to be very controlled in your experience, you're not going to have a good ride. It's not going
right.
to be a good experience. You're going to be it's going to be wild. So you have
Mm,
to be ready to just let go and let whatever happen is what I've been told. So to
yeah,
get to that point, it's okay that like everybody's going to have a little bit of fear because it's something new, but that's a different fear than trying to control something. So
yeah. So,
it's very nice to hear your experience and
mm,
the experience of those you were with.
from the first day, the shaman, Olinda, she said,
Mhm.
just trust the medicine, trust the medicine. This is the
Yeah.
only thing that she's been saying. And then also she introduced this. That's why the mapacho, the pipe and the tobacco, to say that
Yeah.
tobacco, it's not like we think that cigarettes, like drugs is tobacco. It's a sacred plant. And then this is
Hmm.
the first plant. The first plant the jungle people received as a god spirit before ayahuasca. They said that tobacco was the first. And then tobacco taught the people to mix ayahuasca with tobacco first, long
Yeah.
time ago. Now with the chacaluna.
Interesting.
So though this recipe, also the ayahuasca and tobacco and all these plant spirits are teaching them how to make the medicine, and that's why they
Hmm.
have been doing it, no? And so yeah, so I think so that confidence with the plant,
Hmm.
maybe with the master plant, which master plant you are like me, Bobinsana, which master plant you go together, And then sometimes they are mixing already the plant, no? But this one was you pick only one plant and then you become really friend with this plant. So you have the pipe made of that tree, and then you have the necklace also made of that tree, and even that you really commit that I'm a Bobinsana, no? Everything
Yeah.
Bobinsana, and then you are really like speaking to Bobinsana, dancing with Bobinsana, singing with Bobinsana. So you really become like a best friend, no? With the friend. So this is
Yeah, you really make friends with
yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and also you feel more confident and you are really like protected, no, by the plant. Because ayahuasca, it's something really like that. But
It's an energy. It's energy.
yeah,
Like everything else. Yeah. Can
yeah.
I ask, did you do the Shipibo, like the frog medicine at all?
The frog medicine is a different journey.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm
Yeah,
just wondering if you did it.
I didn't do this time, but they are offering that as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then, but anyways, on the land there was this frog, so I did
Oh,
have the frog on my hand.
oh, did you? Okay.
They are just they can find it everywhere in at night.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
beautiful.
It was
Thank you.
really greeny and nice.
Yeah.
I mean, very soft, very soft. No, it's not like harsh,
Yeah.
no, not dry. It's really like a nicely moisture and it's very nice.
It's nicely moisturized. Yeah.
It just comes. He came here.
You slimy?
Yeah, yeah, not slimy, not really like a
No
wetty, no,
slimy.
but it's very nice.
Okay, thank you. You're cute. I missed you.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I covered only the jungle part and only it's 1 hour. But yeah,
Mhm.
the Bolivia is very different. This is like a completely different journey. But if anyone wants to know about the Bolivia, I can also speak about it. But maybe today, maybe you're full.
Oh yeah, no, another time. You're here to do your thing, but thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah, yeah.
How did you feel, Susan? Thank you for listening.
Is Nicoletta still
Oh,
driving?
you're welcome. I'm really fascinated by that. I don't know what happened here. There we go. Um, um, I too would love to have an experience with ayahuasca, and just waiting for, the
Yeah.
divine setting things up, right? Yeah, there's a woman that a local shaman, not like half-hour drive from me, and she hosts ceremony around, but it's with mushrooms, a special, can't remember what the name of the mushroom is. And I've been looking at it, but unless I get a real strong push, I'm just biding my time. So I really appreciate
Yeah.
you sharing your experience, and I love the drawings that you did. I was thinking that is a really great way of capturing the experience rather than trying to journal it. The, the colors and the images just, really did a great job, and I'm sure helps you to remember it as almost as if you're reliving it at that time.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Because you don't have Wi-Fi, you don't have so much to do.
Yeah.
On the hammock all the day. And then what I did was drawing until maybe like 6 p.m. Then you don't have the light anymore. So you design. And also 6 p.m. was the dinner time. So that was
Yeah.
it. But otherwise,
Yeah.
it's always like a drawing. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
great. Like you say that I also had like many contacts with different people as well. But for me, it's really important to go to the native place and then walk.
Please create what is most optimal.
Mm, yeah. And then
Oops,
really
sorry.
feel the plant. That's fine. Yeah, feel the plant and then touch the plant. And yeah, that was the most, no, like a thing.
Yeah,
But for,
and to be in a place where, like you say, you're totally desensitized to anything that's electronic or stimulating or any of that stuff. It's just you. And how rare is that?
yeah, I
Like
know.
really, it's, yeah, I mean, unless for myself personally, unless I pick myself up and bring a tent and go up to the mountain somewhere and just stay there for 3 or 5 days in the middle of the bush, and hope that no bear finds me or cougar. You know, what's there? It's difficult to find, you know, to have that kind of experience.
Yes, in a way, I was so protected. So I didn't have to worry about
Yeah,
security, no? Like you say, oh,
yeah,
that guy is coming, the snake is coming out.
exactly. Yes, some jaguar or something.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah.
So
No,
and
that
then,
would be really cool if you go next year.
hmm,
And you let us know. It
yeah,
would be interesting to see if any of us also get a pull
yeah, it
or
would be
for
great.
sure.
Yeah, it would be
Yeah.
great because next time it's not Iquitos, but it's a different airport that I'm
Mhm.
heading to. And then from there, well, they are coming and they will receive us to the boat. So we go on the Amazon boat and then we will go to her place. And then she also has
Wow.
this kind of Marocan and tambo. Right now she has 13 tambos and then she's building maybe 1 or 2 more. So maybe like at least at most like 15 of us can go there, no?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for you. I'm so happy for you.
Thank you for assisting today.
Mm, thank
Nicoleta,
you.
you are
You had a
driving.
wonderful experience. Thank you so much for sharing, Ayako.
Thank you for being here.
I've listened through it, like only that I'm driving. So
Yeah, I know, I saw you. Yeah, and then
if you record it and if you'd like to share the recording, that would be wonderful because I didn't get a chance to look at the
yeah,
drawings and the pictures.
sure,
Didn't do that
yeah,
while driving.
sure. I can make the recording like
Thank you.
sure. Thank you. So
Yeah, just
Mijano
post
must
it in the
be
group,
on the
Ayako.
beach. Huh?
Just post the recording in the group.
Yeah, yeah. If anybody wants to watch it, sure. Good.
Yeah,
So
thank you, Ayako. I'm still on beach and enjoying it. And
yeah,
yeah, but I listen everything, and I didn't actually had chance to ask because that can be too loud because it's not quiet here. Anyway, thank you very much for all your inspiration. Is absolutely you are inspiration, my inspiration.
Mhm.
well, thank
Yes.
you. Yeah, yeah, I'm so glad
Mhm.
that yeah, people kind of got to know, no, the front world, and yeah, maybe we will get together again. So thank you so much
Yeah,
Yeah.
today.
yeah, I definitely have planned to go, but probably I just need to sort out some things, and I don't know how close to end of the next year could be, and I will see anyway. But plan is.
Yeah. Well, but there's this is a contact, so whenever you want to go, maybe you can
Yes,
just
yeah,
go.
that it,
Yeah.
it is beautiful. Anyway, okay.
Yeah. Hey, thank you very much. And then yeah, right. Like
Your trip, the experience that what
my
you
trip.
experienced there. Yeah, that's,
Yes.
oh my God.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, it was like a direct, like the serpent said that you came here to get to know what the serpent medicine is, and it is true. And then I think also drinking tea direct, and then also it's really for working on my body, and then that I am cleaning up, and then I'm feeling that is very different from the online experiences as well, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in that sense also kind of like really made me more clear, no? To be in there in person is very important. Yeah.
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 Good for
Hmm. But thank you. And then yeah, I hope to share with all of us this kind of experience together. That'll be great. Yeah.
you.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay. I gotta fly, but thank you, Ayako. It's nice to see
yeah,
everybody.
Thank
thank you
you.
very much.
Nice to see you all.
Nice to
Yeah.
see
Happy
you all too.
Halloween.
Lovely to hear you, people.
Enjoy
I'm
your
so
parade
glad
and
that I had
everything.
chance.
Be well.
Bye.
Thank
Okay.
you. Ciao, ciao.
Bye-bye.